You're smart, technically strong, and good at your job. But when it comes to interacting with people, you don't feel as comfortable. You freeze up, you can't get past making small talk, and you're invisible in groups. If you're a high-achieving introvert and you're tired of getting overlooked, this is for you. Today, I'll show you the exact system to connect with people without being someone that you're not. That way, you can build relationships and improve your career. Since 2013, I've helped hundreds of introverted professionals develop their social confidence. As a result, a lot of my clients can communicate better, have built their networks, and got promoted at work as well. I'm about to share with you the exact same advice that I've given to them. But first, why should you listen to me? As someone who used to be shy and awkward, I know exactly where you're coming from. To explain to you what I mean, here's a quick story. I was born in the Philippines and raised in Saudi Arabia, which are both very conservative countries. That's why I wasn't allowed to go out much when I was younger. And in 2003, my family and I immigrated to Canada. During that time, I really struggled to assimilate. Back then, I barely spoke English, and I felt out of place around people. My situation at home didn't help my case either. Because I had strict Asian parents, they really wanted me to do well in school. In fact, I was discouraged from socializing too much, so I had more time to study. And after I graduated, I worked as a structural designer for a prestigious engineering company. My days were spent in front of the computer, looking at spreadsheets and designing blueprints. And despite my hard work, my career remained stagnant because I struggled to express myself. I also spent Fridays and Saturday nights alone because I didn't have anyone to make plans with. You see, back then, I had no clue how to put myself out there. Not to mention, up to that point, I had nobody show me how to interact with people. It's not like they teach you this stuff in school or at home, right? But despite that, I wasn't about to give up. And after many years of learning, working with mentors, and having thousands of interactions, this whole thing finally made sense. I went from always getting ignored to becoming more influential. Since then, I've built meaningful relationships and created professional opportunities as well. As you can see, social skills can be learned, and I'm a living proof of that. So right now, if you're struggling to interact with people, I want you to know that it's not your fault. Because of your job, you spend a lot of time in isolation. You're thinking logically and solving problems all the time. That's why you find it difficult to convey your ideas to others. You also don't get to interact with people all that much. As a result, you have a hard time speaking up, especially in large groups. Not to mention, if you're an introvert, then you're prone to rumination. You're in your head a lot, and you overanalyze everything. You're afraid of being judged by others, and that's why you just keep to yourself. If that sounds like you, you've probably made some attempts to fix this issue. You've read books, watched YouTube videos, and asked AI about this topic. But because there's so much information to sift through, you don't know which one is right for you. And even if you know what to do, you have a hard time applying it and being consistent. You may have even talked to a therapist, which is amazing for your mental health. But because they don't specialize in social skills, they're not able to give you actionable advice. You might have even signed up for Toastmasters or taken improv classes. Now, don't get me wrong, those are awesome if you want to give a presentation or do a performance. But when it comes to building rapport with others, they're really not that useful. I mean, let's get real. How is memorizing a speech or pretending to be a made-up character going to help you connect with someone? You probably even try to practice your conversation skills by messaging people on social media and other apps. Unfortunately, that won't really improve your in-person interactions because there are way more things involved. You probably even tried going to meetups and events in your attempts to put yourself out there. But because you didn't know what you were doing, you had a lot of awkward interactions. As a result, you felt defeated, which made you want to avoid those types of situations. Again, if you've ever struggled to connect with people in the past, I want to remind you that you can do this. You just need the right person to explain things to you. So today, I'll show you the exact system to connect with people as a high-achieving introvert. I'll walk you through the 3 roadblocks that are holding you back from succeeding socially. And then, I'll give you the solution to each and every single one of them. By the end of it, you'll develop your social confidence so you can build relationships and advance in your career. That being said, the first problem that you need to solve is overthinking interactions. If you're someone who ruminates a lot, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't figure this out, you'll keep reminding yourself of embarrassing experiences that you've had. And if you keep doing this, you'll lower your confidence and you'll be easily discouraged. This will prevent you from acting like yourself, and people won't take you as seriously. To fix this issue, you need to improve your presence. You can do this by quieting your mind so you can lessen your anxiety. And then you have to raise your self-esteem. By doing so, you'll become more confident and you'll stop doubting yourself. You also have to work on your presentation. And when you do, you'll give off a great first impression to others, just like one of my clients who's a civil engineer. He went from always getting ignored to more people paying attention to him. Again, if you did all the things that I mentioned earlier, you'll come across as a competent person. As a result, people will respect you and you'll have an easier time building rapport with them. Moving on, the second problem that you need to solve is running out of things to say. If you don't figure this out, then you'll always have awkward lulls whenever you talk to someone. And to maintain your interactions, you'll end up just asking lots of questions back to back. Unfortunately, if you keep doing that, your conversations will seem like an interview. You'll come across really intrusive, and you'll make others feel uncomfortable. To fix this issue, you need to have better conversations. To make that happen, you have to get good at making small talk. When you're able to exchange polite pleasantries, people get to warm up to you. They'll feel relaxed in your presence, which will make them want to keep talking to you. Also, you need to learn how to tell good stories. By doing so, you make anything that you share sound more interesting. People will listen to you, and they'll be holding on to every single word that you say. You'll come across as a compelling communicator, and you'll stand out in a good way. That being said, you need to know how to be relatable and to find commonalities with others as well. And when you do, you'll be able to keep the conversation going, just like one of my clients who's an associate architect. He went from always blanking out during his interactions to confidently talking to anybody. Again, if you did all the things that I mentioned earlier, you'll feel more at ease in any conversation. You'll prevent awkward silences, and you'll become someone people enjoy being around. Lastly, the third problem that you need to solve is being quiet in group settings. If you don't figure this out, then it won't matter how intelligent you are. If you just keep to yourself, then you'll always get ignored during meetings and social events. People won't realize your value, which can make you feel unimportant. And if this keeps happening, you'll miss out on a lot of opportunities both at work and in your personal life. If you can relate to that and you want to fix this issue, you need to speak up confidently. You can do this by managing your anxiety whenever you're around people. That way, you don't hold yourself back and you actually take action. You approach anyone that you want to meet instead of just observing from the sidelines. You also have to be able to participate in large groups. When you're able to share your ideas in front of lots of people, you'll feel more included. Unfortunately, not all your interactions are going to go well. That's why you need to handle rejection whenever it happens. By doing so, you get to learn from your experience. You'll bounce back much quicker, just like one of my clients who's a software engineer. He went from being quiet all the time to being able to express himself in front of a big group. Again, if you did all the things that I mentioned earlier, you'll feel more relaxed and you'll be able to socialize with ease. Look, once you learn all this stuff, here's what can happen. You'll get out of your head, have more effortless conversations, and feel more included in group settings. You'll be able to kind of confidently build relationships and advance in your career. No more awkward conversations, boring weekends, and feeling invisible at work. At this point, you have two options. You can take the slow way and figure things out on your own, or you can take the fast way and learn from someone who has the results that you want. Keep in mind that every single strategy that I share with you is based on first-hand experience. Personally, I've been developing my social confidence for over 20 years. I've talked to thousands of strangers at this point. On top of that, I've helped hundreds of clients make connections and get ahead in their careers as well. Not to mention, I'm a regular guy. There's nothing special about me. I'm not tall, I'm a visible minority, and I'm just average looking. But I have a system that works. That's why I'm able to get consistent results when it comes to connecting with people. In fact, it's what allowed me to build my network from scratch multiple times and attract professional opportunities. So if I can do it, so can you. Once you learn this stuff, you'll have the ability to approach and talk to anyone that you want. You'll stand out at work and you'll feel in control of your social life. But more importantly, you won't have any more regrets and you'll unlock your full potential. At this point, if you're still here, you probably resonated with most of the things that I talked about. You're a high-achieving introvert and you're technically brilliant. But because you lack social skills, you feel behind both in your career and in your relationships. And deep down, you know that you deserve so much more. Look, I've been in your exact same situation, and you don't need to keep living life like that. With the right plan, you can build the kind of confidence that makes people want to connect with you. And you can do that in a way without changing who you are. And that's exactly what I'll help you do inside my social skills coaching program. Together, we'll pinpoint where you're at right now and remove what's holding you back. You'll also get proven strategies to develop your charisma, improve your conversation skills, and overcome your social anxiety. I'll hold you accountable and give you personalized feedback. That way, you don't have to figure things out on your own and you avoid making mistakes. If that sounds good to you, click the link below to learn more about the coaching program. Look, you've spent years acquiring technical skills and getting good at your job. Now, it's time to master your social confidence so you can finally feel seen, valued, and connected. If that sounds good to you, click the link below to learn more about the coaching program.